It sounds like you like competition.
Oh, yeah.
Your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like that.
Whether it's on the court or in the ring with my dad, seeing who can hit the ropes the harder. If he's hitting or bumping, like he's hitting or bumping.
But they say that shit's all fake. Is it really all fake?
Gravity is real.
Gravity is
very
real.
real. When you're jumping from 10, 20 feet and hitting the ground or getting hit with the chair or the blood streaming down your face, like it's not fake blood. I hear that all the time. Like, is the blood fake? No. The blood that hits down, the bruises.
Some of it's not supposed to happen, but it happens, right?
No, it's the pain hurts and the injuries are real. So.
Come on, dude. How much was your extensions? Erik, how much was your extensions when you had the long hair?
It's only, you only get the extensions every 6 months. It's fine. Mom.
She's in California now, though, right?
Yeah.
You're in Cali.
I still only
Everything's
do
a
it
little
here.
bit more there.
I only do it here.
Oh, you fly here to do it?
I do.
Yeah.
There's a guy.
Is that why she came home? She came home to get her hair done. I should have this on the pod. We running this stuff? We should have this background and stuff? Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they're right. But still, it's like, hey, she's not going to go ahead and do her hair in Cali when she come here. So,
I will only
she's not coming here to see
it.
you. She's coming here to get her hair done.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yo, it's your boy Phil Wham Bam Benamino. It's another Wham Bam Wednesday. You know, the show about ordinary people who've done extraordinary things. And today I got a treat for you, baby. But first, as always, subscribe, man. Click the link down below and make sure you hit that there's a little alarm bell there. It's a little bell. Click that bell so you get all of our alerts and get all of our good stuff. Today, I got a special person in the house. This woman is a badass. When I say badass, I'm talking she went to the Naval Academy. She not only played basketball there, she did cybersecurity. She's in a Marines right now. We got Sydne Watts in the house. How are you, Sydne?
Thank you for having me.
Man, so good to see you, man. You're such a busy girl. I've been trying to get you here on this podcast for 2 years now.
I think it's been like 5 since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's true that. You've grown a little bit.
A little bit.
Beautiful as always. Modeling too, are you?
A little bit here and there when I can. Yeah, busy life, but on the weekends we try to squeeze it in.
So where are we living right now?
We are in north of San Diego, Camp
West
Pendleton.
Coast.
Yeah, West Coast,
right.
just south of Camp Pendleton. So I work on base there and live right outside.
Nice. Now you're very young still. How old are you right now currently?
23.
23 years old. And I want the viewers to know that because there's so many young people out there. Because when we start talking about all the things you've done already,
Right.
it really kind of blows your mind a little bit. So let's talk about your journey into the Naval Academy first. Obviously, what made you choose the Naval Academy?
I remember looking at all the schools that were recruiting me and deciding, okay, what is going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now? One day the ball is going to stop bouncing. Say I get injured, whatever happens, I want to make sure I'm A, being set up, and B, serving a higher purpose. I knew the schools that were recruiting me, a lot of them were like, okay, you're going to major in business or communications. Those are your options.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what about the cyber operations of the world or Mechie or whatever else? So I just wanted to choose something that would A, set me up, and B, have a bigger purpose than just bouncing the basketball for 4 years.
Well, you bounced it, but you bounced it pretty well. So not only, started there for 4 years going in there, but you set some records there at the Naval Academy, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. We put up some points. We had some good seasons. We had some rough seasons too. But
yeah.
It was a great experience with all those girls. I mean, there's no transfer portal at the Naval Academy. Like, everyone comes in, they're all going through boot camp. They're starting over as a freshman. So it's awesome to grow with those teammates for 4 years.
That's great. Now talk about growing up. Now I know you come from a really big background family of wrestlers. Your grandfather was Bill Cowboy Watts. Your dad was Erik Watts, WWE. What was his nickname there? He had a couple of them. He had a couple.
Extreme Dream.
The
every
Extreme Dream.
Man's nightmare and every woman's dream.
There it is. Boy, you tagged it and everything.
Yeah,
that was
we gotta
good.
tag it.
You got that. What was it like being in a household with that? Your dad being a famous wrestler and everything else.
I mean, I'll still tell him to this day. He was always a regular dad to me. I didn't see the difference. It was fun. It was interesting. Like, you'd go to a dinner sometimes and someone random would come up and say, oh my gosh, like, can you sign this for me? Can you sign this autograph? I'll never forget. It was like my last dinner before going off to Plebe Summer. And a mom walks up, and this is like in the midst of COVID, and she has her baby with her. And this was still like surreal to me, seeing my dad get signatures all the time in public. And
yeah.
She goes, we signed for my baby. And like, will you sign a picture, or can you sign something for me? And I was like, girl, there's COVID. Like, come on. Can you just let us have our last dinner?
Right. Wow. Did did you ever feel like you had to fight for your dad's attention though, because everybody else was grabbing it?
When he's around, all the attention was on us.
That's
like,
awesome.
He acted like we were superstars all the time.
Well, yeah.
So I never really noticed the difference.
That's great. That's great. A lot of kids today don't have that because their parents are so famous and they don't have that time. They don't
Right.
have the connection. So it's good
Right.
that you had that. What do you think about you going into Naval Academy?
What did he think about me?
Yeah,
going?
what was that? I mean, as a father, you know, your little girl's going into Naval Academy. It's some hard people are telling you what to do. They're yelling at you. You got drills.
Yeah,
you know.
At first, I remember.
Or did he
when
get you ready for that as a child?
At first, I remember when I was a kid, I like mentioned going to the military, and he was like, "No, like my daughter's not going to the military." But he was definitely very proud.
Is
when
that
I
why you went? You just wanted to do it against?
Just prove him wrong. Just
prove
gotta prove him wrong.
There you
No,
go. There you go.
he was super proud of me once I went, and once I decided to go, he knew it was a big deal, and not a lot of women A, wanted to join the military, or B, go to a military academy for 4 years and serve for 5 years after. So he's been proud of me ever since I decided to go.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your service and your time, because not only did you go to the Naval Academy, you're a Marine right now, right?
Right.
Hoorah! Right? You know, you did your first year already.
Yeah, 1 year in. 1 year in. So I graduated from in Annapolis from the Naval Academy May 2024, and then I went to Quantico, Virginia for the basic school, which is 7 months of a grind to learn how to become a Marine.
What made you want to be a Marine? I mean, you know, when people see you, they look at you, they think, oh, she's a model. You know, she's beautiful. She's probably a professional player. They're playing ball somewhere, doing something.
It's the standard. It's the standard. The standard Marines hold for themselves is higher than any other. I mean, you put on the uniform, it's always a perfect uniform. They always talk about like, what's the reason you think a medal is 1/8 above a chest pocket? I mean, there's no reason. Like what's
there isn't? Oh,
no,
damn,
what's the reason?
I'm sitting there waiting. I thought you were going to give me something
like,
good.
We can never put our hands in our pockets. It's discipline. Like there's always certain measurements or certain small things that they hold us to a standard to.
So your pin's got to be 1/8 above?
There's a million different measurements in between every
What
part
happens if
of
it's
every
not?
uniform. We get checked. I mean, they definitely
Push-ups? What is it? What is it? What's the consequence?
Well,
No
I won't
dinner?
say
What is it?
hazing, because hazing is not allowed, so I won't say hazing.
Okay.
The consequences, I mean, it's always ranges from however it's handled, but the Marines just hold each other to a higher standard all the time. Like every Marine wants to have a perfect uniform and be in shape and be physically fit, and the Marine Corps has always held every Marine to that standard.
You know, it's funny because I know a lot of Marines, but I only know maybe 2 female Marines.
Right.
What's it like being a female?
So
It's got to be different. What I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
17% of military service members are female. Only 4% of the Marine Corps is female. So
Really?
there's most days I walk into a conference room or I'm briefing, and I look around sometimes and I realize like, A, I'm either the youngest one here by 10 years to the next youngest person in the room, but B, I'll be the only female in a room of 30, 40 Marine Corps officers. It's a common occurrence, but it's not ever feeling like, oh, I'm special, like, oh, I'm a female. Like, you're just a Marine. Like, no matter what, male, female, whatever it is, like, you're a Marine first, by all means.
So you're doing everything the same. So you're doing everything with the guys, no matter what.
Right.
Their expectations are you're going to do it just as well, just as quick, just as fast.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What is the hardest thing?
The hardest thing, I think, about being a Marine.
Yeah.
Just day-to-day grind, like staying focused and realizing.
Making your bed.
No,
Is that the hardest thing?
not the hardest thing.
Tell that to my kid. Tell that to my kid. It's not the hardest thing. You know, there's so many kids out there don't make your bed. Go make your bed, man.
Go make your bed. Yeah, make your
It's the
bed.
first thing, you start your day in clutter, it's gonna stay cluttered. That's all I always said.
When we'd spent, so the basic school, there's the 7 months of really difficult training when you first become a Marine. I think there's points where you stay out there for 10 days straight, and you look at me now, like dressed up, hair done, whatever. But I mean, there's 10 days, like no shower, no toilet, no like.
Do you smell?
None of
Do
the
you
nice
get
stuff.
a little bit upset being a female?
Yeah.
You know, guys don't
mean-
really care. They don't care. They'll stay out there for 20, 30, 40 days.
When I bring the little coconut spray out, the guys all say they don't care, but they all wanted coconut spray in their hair. They still wanted to smell good. They'll lie. They're lying to you if they say they don't. But I think that just getting through like the cold nights or the really long days or the days where you don't sleep at all for 3 or 4 days out in the field, like that was difficult. I mean, now I'm a financial management officer, so I'm not living that crazy life in the field all the time.
But you still had to do it. You had to go through it. You had to prove that you go through it.
Yeah, every Marine officer is a provisional rifle platoon commander. So every Marine knows how to kill.
Talk a little bit about that, because I don't understand a lot about that, and I think I've seen some pictures of you online about when you were out in the fields. So you're sleeping outside by yourself.
Never by yourself.
Where at? Like,
so in Quantico, they have training grounds out there.
Okay.
And we'd train for however many days the exercise was, sleeping outside, doing whatever, doing ranges, exercises, hikes, sometimes 3, 6, 9, 15 miles with whatever 80-pound pack, 100-pound pack, going through water, staying like from anywhere from 17, 15, 12 degrees to 110.
Why would you want to do that?
I mean, it's the grind to push yourself every day to know, like, I can do this. I mean, I will never forget. I was on mile 13 of our 15-mile hike, and I'm hiking along, and I'm like, okay, we're only like 2.5 miles away at this point, and I break my ankle on this rock, right?
What?
I'm holding my rifle, and I have my pack on my back, and the pack is 85, 90 pounds at this point.
So you're carrying a body.
Yeah, you're carrying a body.
Because you're not 85, 90
right.
I mean, you're carrying another body.
So I'm carrying this pack, and I break my ankle, and I go down, and I was like, okay, well, I can't let my rifle hit the ground, right? Like, you never let your rifle hit the ground like that.
To make you start all over?
Right. So probably, no.
10 more days.
Just hugged the rifle to my body, and I ate it, and there was a big rock on the ground, and it just busts my face open. Like, I'll show you the pictures.
Oh, yeah, I see the pictures.
Pictures inserted here.
Yeah, there you go.
The blood is just going down my face, and I remember I blacked out for a second, and I looked up, and I was maybe out for 2-3 seconds. I looked up, and I just screamed like the F word that I will not say, repeat, or
friends.
Not. But friends on 3.
Yeah.
And I stood up, and I was like, I'm not redoing this. Like, I'm not redoing this hike. Like, we're going to finish this hike. So I just ran back into formation and finished the 15. And when I got to the end, I was like, okay, wow, like, I actually did that. Like, we did that. We finished it, and that hurt a lot, but it was one of the best feelings after. Like,
it sounds like you like competition.
Oh, yeah.
Your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like that, you know?
I'm definitely, I'm competitive. I'm a competitive person always, whether it's on the court or in the ring with my dad, seeing who can hit the ropes the harder.
Let's talk about the ring a little bit. So, did you ever, being a wrestler, it's in the genes, it's in the family.
Yeah.
Have you actually got in the ring with your dad in the ropes?
Oh, yeah.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. He's not small.
And he doesn't take it easy either. No, if he's hitting or bumping, like, he's hitting or bumping.
But they say that shit's all fake. Is it really all fake?
Something I will always say, gravity is real.
Gravity is
very
real.
real. When you're jumping from 10, 20 feet and hitting the ground or getting hit with the chair or the blood streaming down your face, like, it's not fake blood. I hear that all the time. Like, is the blood fake? No. The blood that hits down, the bruises.
Some of it's not supposed to happen, but it happens, right?
No, it's the pain hurts and the injuries are real. So
people don't realize that, but just jump up and land on your own body weight with gravity, like you said.
Right.
Yeah, you can land the hard way. It hurts. It takes away your breath and everything else.
For sure. I
actually was just making a movie and stuff, and there are some scenes that are supposed to be fake scenes, fight scenes. I accidentally clocked a couple people by accident, and took one out of accidentally, because you want it to look real. So, sometimes you got to take one for the team too to make it right.
Yeah, of course. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't heard stories where my dad knew that he was going in a fight with somebody he may not be super happy with that day.
Yeah.
And a few of the punches landed a little harder than they were supposed to.
So what's it like being that opportunity to wrestle? Being a female, have you wrestled with other women in the ring?
Yeah. So, ground fighting, the Marine Corps is very different than getting in a ring and hitting ropes. I've run the ropes, as they call it, in like a camp at WWE with some of those girls, and they were high end, like D1 athletes that hadn't run the ropes before, but they were just getting experience hitting the ropes and going back and forth and jumping over each other and doing whatever. But ground fighting is a completely different animal. The Marine Corps ground fighting, that's all real.
Tell us a little bit about that. You ever ground fight with men?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that like?
You
get overpowered?
No, it's sometimes like they target the girls. Sometimes if you're in a big group, they're like they need to get the other group out as fast as possible. So sometimes they'll target girls before the men. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't beat a couple guys before.
I'm sure you have.
It happens. But
you're not doing it for fun. You're doing it to win.
Yeah, when the whistle blows and it's time to go, like it it doesn't matter.
So walk me through it. Tell me exactly how that goes. Would they put two people in a ring, like a little circle?
I mean, it can be two. It can be squad on squad, which I mean is like 12 on 12. It
Really?
can be
12 people?
3 on 3, whatever. Yeah. I mean.
So what's the objection? What are you supposed to do?
So I mean, you'll start on your knees or stay on your knees or stay low. Just go until the next person taps, and you keep going.
Oh, you're trying to tap them out.
Over and over, yeah.
Oh,
over
that's the ultimate kill when they tap, right?
Doesn't
like
matter.
you're dead. You're out.
Yeah. Whether it's choke or armbar or whatever, that you just go until somebody.
Do they
taps.
teach you jiu-jitsu there?
They teach us. It's called McMap. They teach us, and you belt up through. But I mean, a lot of the times, like ground fighting, hand-to-hand combat's the quickest way to learn is through experience.
Right.
It's not just like technique.
Eli Carlton was actually just on our pod not too long ago. He actually is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's with the UFC right now. They just started a whole new program. He's actually on the show, the Ultimate BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, and he actually just won his first round. So shout out to him as well. Hopefully he'll do well with that show. But yeah, that stuff's real. When you talk about holds and heel locks and different things, they hurt.
Yeah, no, I've gotten in an armbar before that really hurt. I mean, it was, and you never want to tap too. Like,
right.
You never want to tap. You gotta, I would say if somebody was choking me out, which I've never actually been in a choke before, like nobody's gotten me to that point, but I feel like I would like to say I'd black out before I tap for sure.
You probably would. That would be anybody that takes a shot and black eyes is still getting in, finishing her hike. You know, you definitely got the will. So WWE, is that something you think down the road you might find yourself in? I know you said you had 5 years with the Marines.
Right. Yeah, I have at least 4 now. Four more to go. It's definitely something I want to do. The ring calls me a little bit. It's somewhere I want to be. My godfather DDP to Diamond Dallas Page, shout out.
Big D.
He has a huge influence on my life as well, and being able to call him and tell him. I remember when.
Wait a second. Are you doing his yoga?
His yoga?
Are you doing his yoga?
It is real deal.
It's good stuff. I'm telling you.
Deal.
That's right.
I did a workout with him at his house, and he was like, okay, get a lunge. And I was like, oh, it's going to be an easy stretch. It was not 5 minutes before my legs were shaking. I was like,
I'm giving him a plug right now. So we're going to go ahead and put this link up for you. Anybody who wants DDP yoga, I'm telling you, it's a real deal. If you don't do your first workout and it doesn't hurt, I'll refund you your money myself.
Not your mama's yoga.
Okay, that's right. Not your mama's yoga. Exactly. So for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good person to have on your side.
He's been super influential with that as well, and he's gotten in the ring with me and my dad. And just to show
who comes out,
technique.
your dad or him? Who comes out better, your dad or him? If they're going one-on-one together.
My dad will still go so hard, he doesn't care. Last time, his entire rib cage and back was purple and blue, and he doesn't care like how long he's been out of the ring. Yeah. He's still hitting those ropes.
He'll die in the ring.
He'll hit those ropes like he was there yesterday. He doesn't care. They both still go hard.
You know, as we say, our mind says yes, but our body doesn't go the same way anymore.
I don't know how he still does it, because he still got up the next day and went on his walk and did his DDPY.
Yeah,
so.
He's got to. That's why.
He's got to, yeah.
That's great. So you do find yourself a career in wrestling then. That's something you really, one of your goals. So the military is obviously helping you for that, getting you ready.
For sure, yeah. I mean, as long as I'm enjoying it and I can feel that I can still make an impact on Marines every day, I still want to be there, as long as I can still be called to do it. But I know, like, my heart is still with the WWE a little bit, and that's where I want to be one day.
That's good. Well, at least you know that, and it's right there for you. So obviously, you know, being that you're physically able to do those types of things,
right.
And then you got the help to go with it. I'm sure they don't mind that you look beautiful too. You know, as a model figure to be in there.
Thank you. Yeah.
But you know, let's go back into the Marines though. Women in the Marines, what is it like being a female and as a Marine? Like, I know you say they treat you, it's all the same. Once you're a Marine, but it's still got to feel a little different.
I mean, it can be intimidating at times, especially walking in. I work with a lot of high-ranking officers. I'm a financial management officer. So
how many women are in your platoon?
There are no women in my shop. We actually just got our first,
so when you went through
woman.
camp, when you went through your boot camp stuff, how many women were there? How many people total would you say?
Out of the 50 something or 60 in my platoon, I think there was 6 of us that finished. Six
women.
I think it was at that time. Yeah.
So what's it like being around a bunch of men? Are they all hitting on you, trying to go on dates?
No, not all the time.
Come on, don't lie. Don't lie. Yeah, sometimes. They're all.
It's business though. Like, you know, they know. I mean, just because you're in the same platoon doesn't mean you can. Like, there's rules. There's called fraternization rules, and you can't.
Oh, really? There's rules?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You cannot
can't
have
date a
relationships.
fellow Marine.
No, absolutely not.
Really?
But not in your unit at all.
Oh, it's outside the unit. Another unit you can go to.
Out
You
of
go
another
bang on the
unit.
door at another unit. That's okay.
If they're not working with you, but yeah.
So, do they give you any free time though? Like,
In the
do you
Marine Corps?
go? Yeah. Do you get to go off base, do things?
I mean,
live a normal life or no?
Yeah. So I live off base, which is nice. So I still get my like evenings free, right? And the mornings free to work out or do whatever. And the weekends, most of the time, are free. Unless there's a big event that comes up that we need to be in the office for, then say we'll go back. But I've had every weekend free so far in California, which is nice.
Really? That's good. As long as there's no wildfires out there.
Right.
You're
right.
safe.
Yeah.
So I noticed here you actually won a championship, and I believe you're the MVP of the game for the WNBA. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little about that.
The Women's Military Basketball Association. So we played a tournament.
How'd you get on the team, first of all? Why you?
They knew I played at Navy at some point, and they knew I commissioned to the Marine Corps. So
Did they have tryouts or anything like that?
I didn't attend a tryout, but most of the time, yeah, you do a tryout at the
They're just like, this girl's good.
the official season.
We want
Yeah.
her.
They let girls come on and play in the off season a lot. So it was technically the off season before the all tournament games are like all Marine Corps, all Navy, all Coast Guard. Like we all play each other in a big tournament, which I haven't played in that one yet. But the Women's Military Basketball Association, it's a separate tournament outside, and it's base teams. So you play with a certain base. So the Marine Corps actually didn't have a base team in the last tournament I played in. So I played with Fort Bragg, which is an Army team, which is super funny because one of the girls I played with, I was playing against her while I was at Navy, and she was at West Point.
Oh, you got beef.
Yeah, so then
How'd that go over? You got
it was
beef
fun,
together.
but
Come on.
We played together, and we played so well together, and it was very fun. But we ended up winning the tournament, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But, I really hope our Camp Pendleton or Lejeune team could come out next year for that and play, so I can play with the Marines again. But
Yeah.
it was a good time.
That's good. That's good. But interlocking with different, Army, Navy, Marines, like there's a little competition there, though, right?
yeah.
You know, who's better than who, and so.
Right.
Do you ever feel like is your heart still, because you went to Naval Academy and now you're a Marine? Does your heart kind of flutter both ways sometimes, or what?
Yeah, I mean, if you're especially if you're rooting for Navy, it's easy to just root for the Navy in general. When we're playing the Navy, it's funny because I'll see some girls that I knew or played with at some point. I love the Navy team. I mean, we love all the services, but no matter what team you're on, no matter what jersey you're wearing, when you step on the court, like we're all competitive. It doesn't matter.
It's good. It's D1. I mean, it's good basketball.
Right.
It's the type of thing. You play point guard, correct?
I play guard, point guard, depends, whatever they need me for.
Yeah.
Sometimes post if there's a little man on me. It just depends.
You got MVP in this game.
Right.
What made you get the MVP? I know because I watched some of it, but I want to hear your opinion.
I knew in the beginning I wasn't hitting some shots that I should have been hitting. Normally, the mid-range jumper is my money shot, and I normally can never miss it. I started missing in the beginning, first quarter, second quarter, I was missing a couple. And I was like, well, I got to take control of the game somehow. Like, I got to own this game, and we're going to win this game no matter what. So I got to the free throw line, and I shot 100% at the free throw line because I for damn sure won't miss those.
Yeah.
And towards the end, I started getting the flow of my shot a little bit more. I was hitting the shots I was supposed to, but I just knew I had to control the game at some point, and I think that's what helped with it.
Definitely turn it on. But the one thing I noticed, because a lot of guards don't do this, you played tremendous defense. And a lot of people don't do that. You're not afraid of playing defense.
I
You're not
love defense.
I know. You're not afraid to mix it up, which makes sense, being you're Marine and everything else. But you like pushing some people around and getting in there and get dirty.
My college coaches might say I hate defense, but I have learned to love it now. So sorry, Navy women's basketball.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I love diving on the floor now. Maybe it's the Marine Corps training that has gotten me to that point, but I've always loved hitting. I've always loved boxing out or elbowing, hitting a couple dirty shots here and there, but diving on the floor and playing high defense is really fun.
Hi, I'm Phil Benamino, CEO and founder of Cost Plus Processing, the company that provides financial services to your business. We provide things such as POS systems, ATM machines, and check services. One of the biggest things that we strive ourselves here at Cost Plus Processing is our customer service. We are an A+ rated with the BBB with customer service, and we're proud to say we're here in the United States with all of our customer service agents. Our objective is to actually teach you and educate you about the costs that you're currently paying and show you ways where you can eliminate those costs that you no longer have to pay. One of the biggest programs that are out there today is our dual pricing program. where you actually can offer your customers now a choice of how they want to pay. Do they want to pay with cash or do they want to pay with card? And if they pay with card, it actually helps you to absorb the card fees, so you no longer have to pay the fees like you've done for many, many years. Cost Plus Processing aligns ourselves with some of the top POS companies out there in the industry today. For example, we have perfected the car dealership industry, and our dedicated team are equipped to manage a variety of online payment forms and financing options that merchants require in this advanced ecosystem of payments. If you have a restaurant, we are proud to be able to manage the ongoing difficulties that arise from this fast-paced industry, and you're looking for pay at the table, where customers can easily swipe their cards, tap their cards, and make their payments with tip, and also have a choice of how they want to pay, we have the solutions for you here at Cost Plus. We want to help other small business owners make their dreams come true by providing the best financial support. From barbershops to liquor stores, having the ability to take payments, schedule online, and make calculating tip sharing an easy task only helps business owners put more attention and money into what really matters the most. Also, Cost Plus Processing is on the front end of AI. We can also provide you kiosks for your business, so customers can walk over to the kiosk and order anything that they want. Likewise, if you're having a problem getting employees in the kitchen to work, we can also provide you robots that will actually deliver your food straight to the customer. I want to thank you for the time that you took to learn a little bit about Cost Plus Processing, and most importantly, why we are the future of merchant processing. That's cool. So 4 years in the Navy Academy, 1 year in the Marines. If you could go back and tell yourself 5 years ago, what would you tell yourself that would have changed some of your results currently now? Like if you go back and change a few things from that 5-year journey, just being from the Navy into the Marines.
I think I would say to wake up every day and understand that you can only get so much done every day. Just be 1% better each day. Then I stressed a lot about cyber operations homework. I stressed a lot about leadership or military skills or academics, basketball practice, whatever it was. And you'd have a lack of sleep and you'd fall behind. And I wouldn't be as successful some days as I would others. But I think I would just tell myself, be 1% better every day. 100 days, you'll be 100% better, whatever it is. But just be a 1% better every day. Take every day. Take a little bite out of every day and try to improve on what you can.
Yeah, that's great. You sound so much more mature than 23 years old. So that's a tremendous thing to say, and I hope the viewers are listening to that because it is important. Because getting better every day should be everybody's goal.
Right.
And that's something I do every day. I wake up in the morning, splash of water on my face, I look the guy in the mirror, and I say, what can I do today to be better than I was yesterday? And that's really part of life, type of thing. So it's good that you have those, in your head. What about finances and stuff? Tell me about your money skills.
What about my money skills?
Yeah, what about your money skills? You got really nice hair. I'm just saying. I mean, that hair doesn't look real. I'm not going to lie. What kind of hair do we got there?
Don't ask my dad about how much it costs to get my hair done.
What's it cost to get your hair done?
No.
All right, just say higher or lower. I'm going to throw this. You got extensions?
I do, yeah.
1,000? Higher?
Higher.
1,200.
It was 1,200 for the hair, and then another 200 for the highlights.
Oh boy!
And everything else. 14, but yeah,
Marines don't care if you got hair extensions or not.
They don't know. My hair's in a tight bun every day. They don't know.
That's what I'm saying. 1,400. You're just gonna wrap it all up and put it in a bun.
Slicked back, and I still follow the rules, or I put 2 braids and nice bun in the back. Yeah, always.
Yeah.
It's not like I walk around in a ponytail. I mean,
so you like nice things.
I do like nice things.
Do you got any, making money and stuff? Is the military paying you now currently?
Yeah, they do.
All right, so you're getting paid. You're getting paid to do things. What are you doing with your money as you get paid? What's a 23-year-old do with their money?
I don't put all of it in my hair extensions, I promise. I'm big in investing a lot now. I don't always have the time, and that's part of the point of, I guess, paying attention to the little things, right? Or knowing when you don't have enough time to get things done. I can't look at the stock market every day or 5 times a day, right?
You're 23. You shouldn't.
So I've created investment accounts that.
Let me ask you, why would you want to look at the stock market at 23 years old?
I mean, I wasn't thinking about this 5 years ago, but eventually I'm going to retire, right?
Sure.
It's future mindset.
It's great you want to put money into the stock market, but it's not timing the market. It's time in the market.
Right.
Okay. So as long as you put money in, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah. No.
It'll grow.
Yeah, I have.
If you put in S&P, it's going to grow.
Right, three
You know?
times a week. There's money pulled from my account that goes in, and I never
Nice.
see it again. And I'm like,
There
okay,
you
well, that
go.
probably would have been like Starbucks money or whatever I would have spent it on. But I just have it consistently roll in.
Or
3 times
hair,
a week,
more hair extensions.
or more hair. Yeah.
See, I would tell if you were my child, I would say, listen, if you can spend $1,400 for your hair, that's fine. Do that, but you should need to put $1,400 away now.
Right.
You know,
right. It's the
and something else. It's a balance, and you have to have rules. In fact, you can get my book, Money Management for Beginners, right there.
Ooh.
It's on Amazon, folks. You can go get it.
I love it.
I got rules like that in this book.
You do?
So yes, I do, absolutely. Because you know what? A lot of kids today, they make money, and first thing they do is they go buy all the things they want, not the things they really need.
Yeah.
And they forget about the future and what can make their life a lot easier.
Right.
Being 23 years old, you're ahead of the game because you're already doing that, which is great. But there's a lot of kids that don't. They're going out there, they're buying the car, they want the nice shoes, they're buying the, watches and stuff. But what is really giving them the value? And it's important that you have a balance of that. You know, put a percentage away. You know who your partner is, right?
What do you mean?
Who's your partner in business?
Myself? What do you...
That's what everybody thinks, but nope. You have a partner.
Who's my partner?
The IRS.
Oh, right.
The IRS. They're getting a percentage of every dollar that you make.
True.
You know, so it's like if they're your partner and they're getting 30%, let's just say the numbers, then you too should be living off of 30%, which leaves you 40% left over to invest.
Right.
And these are the rules that I always that I share. 10% you put in long-term funds, 10% in risky funds, 10% in just, savings accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then 10% is, I call it a fuck you fund, a fun. So
Fun.
at the end of the year, do what you want with it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I
So,
hear once you save the first mil, the next few mil are easier to save.
first million's the hardest, always.
Yeah.
Always, absolutely. Because when you have the money, you can obviously make more money with it. More opportunities, you can do things. If
Right.
you do those things. But if you spend it on cars and watches, different things, big homes, then you're not going to have anything. You're going to have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Right? Type of thing. So being smart about it at a young age is always important.
Right. I mean, I may be living out in like the LA, San Diego area, but I don't have a house. Like I have an apartment. I'm still saving
Apartments
here.
are expensive out there too.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they're not cheap about
The
out
market
there
is
in LA.
not nice.
That's right. West Coast is not cheap at all, especially getting around. How's traffic for you there?
It's not too base going into base sometimes in the
Yeah.
morning it can be difficult, but the 5 down the West Coast, the 5 is not fun on the weekends. But other than that, it's okay.
You get a lot of perks, though, don't you, being in the military?
You get some perks.
Tell us a little bit about the perks.
Little perks, I guess. Life insurance, that's easy. Medical, super easy. I mean, when you're like, they pay for your housing too, right? So you get X amount of dollars based on where you live for whatever house you're going to live in or apartment you're going to live in, especially off base. So say I lived in a super expensive area, say it was DC or something, and they'd give you $2,500 a month or whatever the cost may be for that living area to pay for your housing. Free healthcare obviously is huge. I don't even know what it looks like on the civilian world because it scares me to even look.
It's expensive as hell, I'll tell you right now.
Might keep me in the military.
Expensive as hell, yes, for
yeah, I
sure.
mean, there's perks like that. When I was going through,
What about
TBS
flying?
or
Do you get perks flying?
flying?
Yeah.
I
Airlines
just
and
use
stuff?
my Amex.
Okay, Amex
I
perks.
use yeah. So you get Amex or like you don't get charged. You have an Amex, free
Yeah.
Amex. A lot of
Oh, you
little
get free
perks.
Amex?
Right, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Amex Platinum, you're not paying for that.
Okay.
Which is nice.
That's nice.
Then Amex lounges and Delta Sky Lounge, all that good stuff.
Sure. That's cool. Just thinking about that, being 23 years old and doing so many things. Are you into social media and all that stuff? Okay, so you're doing the TikToks and everything?
No, no
TikTok.
TikTok. I don't do TikTok.
Okay, so what is first of all, where can they find you?
Instagram.
Instagram, that's your thing?
Yeah, we'll drop the @ right here.
Yeah,
Follow
drop
me on
it. Drop it.
Instagram,
Where's
for
that?
sure. Instagram. I don't do Twitter too much anymore. It was like a lot of basketball, but mostly just based out of Instagram now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have conspiracy theories about like TikTok and how much they can see what you're doing or not doing. So,
That's everywhere now.
Yeah.
I mean, that phone hears everything we're saying.
probably.
Isn't it funny how when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, you know what? That dog is so cute, and all of a sudden you start scrolling.
Then
you see
that
all these
ad
pictures
comes up.
Yeah, and you see all these dogs.
It happens
and
to me
stuff.
all the time. I was talking about needing a new vacuum, and I had a new vacuum on my
There you go, right
feed
there.
right after.
And God forbid you click on one.
Oh,
Then your whole feed's
Then they're
all
everywhere.
vacuums.
They're all yeah.
Technology. I know you were into cybersecurity a little bit. What drew you to cybersecurity? Why was it cybersecurity something that interests you?
So it was cyber operations actually, and I like to specify because the Naval Academy at the time when I was there, at least, we were the only school in the country that taught offensive cyber, so hacking skills, at the depth we did. It was a lot of top secret information, a lot of top secret areas we got to learn in, and that kind of exposure and that kind of environment just really piqued my interest. I loved seeing a little behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
What was going on behind the curtain that normal day to day you didn't see, and it wasn't just about like protecting your computer or protecting your phone or laptop, whatever it may be, or your Wi-Fi. It was learning how the enemy can actually intrusively get into your things, get into all of your technology sources.
How hard would it be for somebody, you got a terrorist that comes in here to America and they try to sneak in to try to learn stuff. How hard is that?
I mean, cyber attacks happen every day, nonstop. Like cyber attacks are nonstop, continuous, especially just online through social media. And a lot of them are phishing. That happens a lot now where people will target older generation families or older generation parents that don't understand the internet as well. Like that's when you get those texts that are like, oh, you have a Georgia ticket, pay the fine on this link or whatever. A lot of things like that. And they'll get in bank accounts and pull money like nothing. It happens every day.
Right. Yeah. It's sad too.
It is sad.
And you're right. They target the older people as well. They'll sit there and say, oh, you just want a vacation. Yeah. You want a trip, but we just need you to pay the taxes. If you could just send us $432 and before you know it, their whole life savings is gone.
Yeah.
Just
in case
like
you didn't
that.
know, Georgia or any other state never asks you to pay a ticket through a text message. Never click the link. It's never through a text message.
There you go. There you
Now
go.
you know.
That's good to know. I'm not gonna lie. I get those all the time, and every now and then I gotta send. I go like, did I get a speeding ticket? Did I go through a camera or something?
Right.
And you start questioning yourself, and they're like, nah, they'll come get me if they really
they'll
want.
get me.
They'll mail me one.
It'll hit your mailbox.
Yeah, they'll hit the mailbox if that happens. I like the ones that you get the emails where it's they sit there and they tell you that they have $4 million for you. And, they just want your information so you can collect it. Right.
I shouldn't be giving you my credit card for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's sad, but it happens every day, all the time.
Want to ask you, what is the worst thing that you inquired while being in the military? One thing that you're like, oh, that sucked.
Worst experience?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pinpoint like one horrible experience, but I think
you can name a couple.
Yeah, I mean,
you can name a couple. I'll name a couple.
Getting gassed is not super fun. In case you didn't know,
getting gas.
Getting gas, yes, gas is not super fun. I think just like when you don't realize how hard it is to stay awake for like 3 days straight. But that point of just being so wired to try to stay awake, like that.
What do you do to stay awake? Like you have to stay up 3 days in a row.
Yeah, I feel like you just start seeing things. Like when you have your night vision on, right? And it's like this green or whatever. It's like a green lens kind of.
Right. Start hallucinating.
We had the one lens. We didn't have the dual tubes, so we weren't that cool. But we had the single tube, right? And you start seeing things. Like I remember just sitting at security, and I'm sitting in the prone with my rifle, looking out, and I'm like, I swear I see people moving, but it's just me. Like it's just me hallucinating after 3 days of not sleeping.
Right.
But I think that the kind of just situations like that are.
But what do you do when you get ready to
hard.
doze off? I mean, what? How do you?
Just can't. Just wake up.
Just wait. You just gotta move. Can you move around? Can you do goofy things?
You can't move, especially when you're on security. Like
really, you can't stay still.
You have to figure out a way. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people like Zen or use nicotine or try to chew gum or whatever, but you're also not supposed to chew gum in uniform. So.
Really?
No.
Didn't know that.
There's a lot of little rules.
What is it about gum? I mean, what does that do?
Imagine you're walking down the road and you see a Marine just smack in with his mouth open. Like it's not. There's a professionalism that has to be held at all standards. So you're definitely not supposed to chew in uniform or eat in uniform or talk on the phone walking outside.
What about chewing tobacco?
I mean, I've seen a lot of Marines with tobacco in.
Oh, I have too. That's why I'm calling them out. That's why I'm.
So no comment. I don't know. If you chew tobacco, you do.
After this pod, I'm gonna go make some phone calls and bust up some of my guys.
I think that's fine.
My friends.
Not ratting you out.
Yeah, but gum. So no gum.
Yeah, no chewing, no eating while walking.
But gum's better than bad breath.
Right.
I mean, wouldn't you rather?
I guess just do a little spray, just a Listerine spray. You're good.
You always have that option. That's
right,
good. You got another option. So that was really. What about gas? So you mentioned gas was hard. Why is gas hard?
Gas.
Like,
Oh, like
you're talking going through the gas.
Oh, going through gas, right? Yeah. So you'd be in security or something, out in sitting in the hole you dug, right? Like just looking out and getting gas. It's like,
I mean, I don't know because I don't think I would ever get in a hole that I dug.
You dig yourself a hole.
That would be a scary thing. I'm Italian. When an Italian gets in a hole that they have to dig, probably not going to be a good thing. There's not going to be a good result at the end of that.
So you're all covered up in leaves, right? And you dig your hole and you're sitting in your hole and you're just looking out at security. And the next thing you know, you hear gas. Like everyone's getting gassed and tear gas. Yeah. That was not a super fun experience.
What's it like?
I mean, your just eyes are pouring, like snot pouring. Just
does it make you want to pass out though? Like you get nauseous?
It makes you just want to throw up if you don't get a mask on really quick and try to clear it out. But, yeah, that I can't like think of something specific right now that's horrible. I think I just black out a lot of the bad parts. It's a fun time. I like the challenge. Like,
what are some other things that they force you to do? Like, you ever have to get tased or anything like that, just to kind of feel it?
I haven't got tased, but there's courses that definitely do that.
Yeah,
there's courses that definitely
do you want to do that?
I would do it for sure. Yeah, I would do it. It's fun. I mean, it'd be fun to experience.
Yeah, we get Will the video of that, man. We go.
Yeah, it's the secondhand fun. Like, the one where you look back on, you're like, oh, that sucked during it, but after you're like, wow, that was very interesting.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an experience, right?
Yeah, it's live for the experience.
Any little girls out there that wanting to follow your footsteps, what would you tell them today?
I would tell them, no matter what anybody says, chase your dreams, keep doing it. No matter if it's playing basketball or being a cyber operations major or joining the Marine Corps with only 4% female, whatever it is, getting in a ring and going to chase some dream to be a star one day, whatever the dream is, chase it, do it. Doesn't matter what anybody says, because people love to hate. People love to make fun of you, and people
can always hate.
Yeah, people love to call it cringe or whatever. I mean, I get the nastiest comments sometimes on Instagram Reels or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And
what do you do when you get a nasty comment?
I mean, I ignore it. I never usually respond.
Yeah. Don't even give it the energy.
No.
Yeah, that's not worth it. Yeah.
My dad loves to say, like, if they're commenting, even if it's good or bad, like,
they're watching.
They're watching.
They're always watching. They're always watching. The haters watch more than anybody.
They do.
You know?
They do. Yeah. I mean, I've
a lot
of
jealousy in the world, which is it's just something that it's unfortunate. But again, if you're not getting hated, you're not working hard enough.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. So for the girls out there looking to do something big and chase their dreams, go do it. It doesn't matter what they say. I mean, I got a text message the other day on Instagram saying, oh, you know what? You should get back in the kitchen where you belong. And you don't deserve to be a Marine. Like, you're not a real Marine.
Yeah. I
was like, are you out here?
Yeah. Like, that's the one you want to choke out, right?
Yeah, that's the one you want to choke out. But it's not worth the comment.
Yeah.
It's not worth the energy.
Yeah. Because they want you to respond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Silence sometimes is the best answer.
They feed
Remember that. Silence sometimes is the best answer. So, for sure. So, WWE, I just want to know, what would your name be? Like, what would you want? What would you choose?
It has to have Watts in it.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people bring some stuff up. Probably something with LA. My dad always called me LA because my middle name's Leanne. So growing up, it was like Shaq LA or Shaq Sid, whatever. And LA has been a constant name through. So LA Watts.
You actually were with Shaq not too long ago. I've seen seen the photos and stuff with you guys.
Little
together.
Jersey swap.
Yeah,
we're both number 34.
Yeah, you're both the same number. So yeah. So
I've heard Wonder Watts. I've heard
Wonder Watts.
I've heard a couple.
I could see that. I could see the WW.
I don't know if I want to be like a superhero though, you know.
Why not? You are a superhero. Think about it. Come on, you're a badass. I mean, you went to Naval Academy, you playing basketball, you're taking on tear gas in a freaking hole you dug. I mean, Marine. Why not?
I don't know. Well,
and most importantly, you lived and survived being raised by your dad.
Oh my gosh. Don't even start on that one. That one does not make the cut.
Well, I know he had a tough upbringing, and he shared a lot of his story on a podcast. So if you guys are listening, go ahead and go back, rewind about a year. You'll see that. But growing up with his dad being a wrestler as well, and having to fight for everything he did, it wasn't easy. And times are a lot different now. Times are a lot different now.
Mm-hmm.
Technology's different. The rings are different, the lighting's different, everything's different, and it makes things a lot easier. But I kind of like Wonder Watts. I'm just saying, I kind of like it. I could see it.
We'll see. Pending in 5 years.
I could see you with the whole USA, Wonder Woman, Wonder Watts, uniform.
I better get a belt then. At that point, I better get a big gold belt at that point.
You're gonna have to earn it. I think I think one day we're gonna see a belt around you, for sure.
Hopefully.
So, well, listen. Anything else you want to tell the viewers before we break this up?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on Wham Bam Podcast. It's been a blessing and it's super fun. Good to see you again.
Absolutely. We're going to do this again. We're going to bring you back after a couple years here when we see where you're at 25. Only 23 years old, folks. Unbelievable. Well, there you have it, folks. You heard it from Wonder Watts. I'm calling it out. I'm calling her Wonder Watts. I'm doing it. I want to be the first one there. Well, there you have it. So you heard it yourself. I'm going to say it first. Wonder Watts. That's what I think it's going to be tagged, but follow this girl because you know what? She's got a great future ahead of her and she's doing great, amazing things. And whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, I know you guys are going to follow her anyways because she's gorgeous. But, girls, you have somebody now that can inspire you and actually let you know that you can do anything. You can do the tough stuff. You can do the easy stuff. You can even go get the hair and spend $1,400 on it if you want to.
It's worth it.
There you go. There you go. And as your boy Wham Bam always says, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, then stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. Till next Wednesday, baby, stay positive and keep testing negative. I'm your boy Wham Bam, and I'm out.